Well, after all these months talking about all these records, especially Kiss records, today the day's finally come and I'm going to talk about my favorite, what I consider to be my favorite Kiss record. That can fluctuate a little bit from time to time, but I think more than any other album, I have cited Love Gun as being my favorite Kiss album out of all of them, not including Alive. Alive is my favorite Kiss album, but from studio albums, Love Gun is number one. So I'm finally gonna get to that. Now I do have in front of me 3 more Kiss albums in addition to Love Gun. So Mike Pratt should be happy about that. I'm getting close to getting all the Kiss records. I think I'm missing, well, maybe I can talk about that later. But I am missing a few, but I'm gonna talk about Love Gun today. But before I do, because it is Kiss and because I always have lots of Kiss crap and Kiss stuff, I will go off script a little bit and show a few Kiss little trinkets, knickknacks that I picked up at El Chopo on the weekend. It's a bunch of pins is what it is. There's Gene, the demon. It says so right there. I'm also going to talk about The End of the Road, briefly. No, let me see. What do we got here? There's Ace, AC Baby, Spaceman, Space Ace, they call him on the pin. Space Ace. And we've got Paul Stanley, Star Child. And of the Soul albums, you guess who's next. There's Peter Criss, the Catman. Interesting that he gets the Catman. It's not, was it the Demon? Star Child without the article the Demon, the Catman, and only Star Child without the. And then I got 3 variations of maybe my Kiss favorite album cover, although that could also be Love Gun. Look at these beauties. This is some variations of Rock and Roll Over. There's the actual album cover. There it is there. And there's a little take on it. And there's another little take on it. And I'm wearing the shirt today to match the tattoo. I got this shirt at El Chopo the other day. This tattoo was based on these images here, the icons. So now again, before I get to Love Gun, I'll talk a little bit about The End of the Road. And Kiss played their last show last week, and a couple of people have asked me what I think about that, including Dallas. We talked about this yesterday. So what happened was, I assume if you're watching this, you know what happened with Kiss. They played their last show last week, and then at the end of it, they announced, and they teased this on social media, that they were going to make an announcement at midnight, which was actually, I think it was going to be on YouTube or on their social media or something, but they actually made the announcement from the stage. I haven't seen the video of it, but I know that it happened. So Kiss now is going to continue as, and this is so strange to even say, Kiss is going to continue as avatars. So when they made this announcement that there was going to be an announcement, I guess there's speculation. My idea was that I thought they were going to announce that there was going to be an official, or maybe more than one official, Kiss tribute bands, which that would have been okay. And I don't know if I would have ever, if that had happened, I don't know if I would have ever gone to one, if there was one available to me, but I thought that would have been a pretty cool idea. That's what I was expecting it to be. And then it turned out that they were, that they're now avatars. And I don't want to talk about this too much, but I think it's a stupid idea, horrible. I mean, I don't mind that they did it. I don't care that they did it. But for me, I have zero interest in it. And I saw all the clips. And a couple things about that. For one, I think it's strange that they announced this as they were walking off stage. Like, don't you want to, make people miss you? Announce it in a year or even 6 months. I thought the timing was a little bit strange. And I've talked about this before. As much as I love Kiss for their music, they make some weird, unlike Metallica and Pearl Jam, who do everything. And this is discounting the music, disregarding the music. They just do good things. They do cool things, unique things. Kiss does always weird things. So I thought that was strange that they announced this from the stage. So now they're avatars. So I guess some months ago they went into some kind of big film studio or something. They put the motion sensors, whatever it's called, and I guess they mimed to a bunch of songs, and then it gets captured on, I don't know if it's done on green screen or whatever it is. I think it looks horrible. It looks like shit. Like it looks like those CD-ROM games from the late '90s that at the time were pretty cool, but I don't know. And I didn't know what was going to happen with it. I thought I read everything, but I was talking about this with my friend Dallas yesterday. We were in Mexico City, and I said, "What is it? Like, is it playing in movie theaters, or you stream it online or something?" And he said, "No, they're actually going to show it in concert venues." I can't imagine what kind of venues it's going to be. It's not going to be arenas. I can't imagine, because Kiss did say, they said now you can see Kiss in one night. You can see them in Tokyo and Dubai and New York and Mexico City and Sao Paulo and London. And I didn't really understand. Maybe I missed something, but Dallas said no. And I thought it was going to be, as I said, streaming or something. But Dallas said no, it's going to be in concert venues. So I guess good for them. I'm not against them doing it, but and everybody has a big opinion about this. There's the Kiss defenders who get so angry whenever anybody says anything negative about Kiss. And then you get the other people who only say negative things about Kiss. I'm kind of in the middle. I think it's a dumb idea. It's stupid. It looks bad. And also I don't understand, like, did they mime or did they lip sync to 20 songs or 22 songs, whatever? Or can they change it? Can they add any song that they want? I don't know if it's the same songs every time. And just the dumbest thing I ever heard, and classic Kiss, I guess. Gene Simmons said, when he was talking about this, he said, "Oh, and it's so stupid to even say." He said something like, "Now Paul will jump higher than you've ever seen him jump before." And I thought, that's just cringy crap. Like, really, who cares about that? These guys have been around for 50 years, and they're still talking about doing everything, bigger and higher, and they never really talk about being better. Kiss is always just about being, bigger. And also, I think you're going to hear about them talking about this for years and years. And as always with Kiss, there's a caveat. They were not the first band to ever do this, but they made a point of saying they're the first U.S. band to do this, because I guess, I was going to say Amazon, ABBA did it. And, just like Gene loves to say how they're the all-time #1 gold. Is my light flickering? They're the all-time gold record leader. Nobody's had more gold records than Kiss, which, if you're going to brag about something, shouldn't it be about platinum records? And it seems that Kiss always does everything kind of second. The power went out. What is going on here? Kiss always does everything second rate. Remember, they did, they had some kind of partnership with WCW, not WWF. And they had a partnership with IndyCar Racing, not NASCAR. And what else? They had the Kiss football. Not NFL, not even CFL, but what I don't even remember what that football league, the indoor football league. I don't even know. But Kiss, I'll say it again. For as much as I love their music, there are a lot of people that hate Kiss, and I can see why. I can see not necessarily that they hate them, but why Kiss gets laughed at and mocked and ridiculed. I can understand how people see that. I love their music, but. And I love, their other stuff like this, but some of this stuff, it's just too much. So that's what I think about the Avatar thing. Now, the actual concert, the last concert, the end of the road, that was also, unfortunately, typical Kiss. They didn't, there was nothing, not that I was expecting it, but they didn't do anything special. That last show was no different than the second to last show, or no different than, the show they did last week or last year. They didn't do any different songs. And again, I wasn't expecting it. They didn't have any special guests. They always talk about how everything is for the fans and the Kiss family and everything. And you'd think they could have done something with, God, there were Ace and Peter, obviously, Vinnie Vincent, Bruce Kulick. I guess those are the four guys who are in Kiss that are still alive. You'd think they could have done something that, change some songs, do something for the fans, as they like to say. But yeah, it was just any old Kiss concert, same as all of them, except they made this big announcement at the end about the avatars. So that's it. So that's what I think about the end of the road. And I guess it sucks that I missed Kiss. Their final show here was at a festival last year. I think their last 4 appearances in Mexico City were all, maybe even 5, I don't know, were festivals that I had no interest in going to. So I guess I'll have to be content with my last Kiss concert being in Was it 2009 or 10? I think 2010. I think it was on the Sonic Boom tour. The album came out in 2009, I think, and the last time I saw them was 2010. So it's too bad that they went on for another 13 years and I didn't see them. That's it. So now I'm finally going to talk about Love Gun, and I've got it right here. Now I got this, if you're paying attention, I got this from a guy called Miguel about 3 weeks ago. He was here to see Paul McCartney, and he had bought me a bunch of records, and this was one of them, and I'm very happy. As I said, this is what I consider my favorite Kiss record. Now this is a used copy, which I am happy to have any copy of Love Gun, because I did buy 2 used copies at El Chopo the other day, and better them than nothing. But some of these are hard to find. It's impossible to find Love Gun for a fair price. They're outrageously expensive. Alive 2 is also like that. A couple of the other ones I got not available. So I've been watching this Love Gun and some other ones for 7 or 8 months. Can't get them. So I'm happy to have this, but I do want a new one at some point. Now, something kind of strange about this, the actual record, I saw the stamp of the store that sold it, and I thought the stamp was on this this plastic cellophane cover, but it seems that it's not. It's right on it's right on the record cover. I guess, I don't know if it would have prevented me from buying it if I had seen it in a store, but I know a lot of record collectors or record nerds or even just, fans, they don't want things like this right on the record. It's not necessarily because it decreases the value, I don't think, but just who wants something, right on the record cover. And now something else I noticed about this is how it's packaged. I'm not even going to give a promotion to the store because they don't deserve it. But I can't believe that they, I would think there must be people that would refuse to buy something like this if it had a stamp on it. It looks to be in very good condition, much, much, much better condition than the ones I bought at El Chopo the other day. Most of the used records in El Chopo that I've seen are in pretty bad condition. Some are okay. But something that I noticed about this also, now the reason I want a new one is because I do want the it's not a poster, the paper Love Gun that came with it. I do want that. And something about this one, it looks like, maybe I'll open it and be surprised, it looks like this doesn't have the original inner sleeve, which was the green, kind of liquidy looking thing with the Kiss logo in red, like a blood splatter. It doesn't have that. At least it doesn't appear that it does. So I haven't opened this yet. I am going to do so right now. And then I will go through it track by track, as you have come to expect. All right. No, it doesn't. Is it inside? It does have it. All right. It does have it. All right. Let me, I guess, you know what? Maybe this is a new thing that, it seems that these sleeves come separately. I guess you can buy these sleeves. Okay, well, this is not as bad. So here is the, I do like this. I always love this. I'm happy to see this. Very cool. And I'll tell you something. When I had this record when I was, 7 years old or something, I've never heard anybody talk about this, and maybe because it's really stupid. The eye. Now, this is when I was 7 years old. I always thought that it looked like a guy standing peeing, doesn't it? You don't see, this is his Love Gun right here, and this is his elbow, and he's cocked and loaded, is I guess how I see it. And I doubt that it was intentional. I've never seen one Kiss fan ever mention this. Maybe I just see things in a weird way. But has anybody else ever thought of that? You got the guy's head, his elbow, his Love Gun, and I guess these are his legs, and he's standing there peeing. That's how I see it anyway. All right, so that is cool to have that. Any chance that this does have the gun in it? If it does have the gun, I don't need to buy it again. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Whoa. Hey, wow, this is getting better. Hey, it's got an original merch form. This is cool. Wow, this is way better than I thought. Thank you, Miguel. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, that's it. Oh, this is really, really cool. Wait, let me check again, just to make sure that it does not have the gun. No, it is empty. All right. But still, the merch form, that's pretty cool. And I never had a Kiss shirt until I was, the first time I saw Kiss live was the Asylum tour, and that was actually my first Kiss shirt too. And look at me now. This is excellent, man. This is, I mean, it's the corners are slightly bent, but other than that, it's in great shape. Really cool. I guess I'm gonna have to look a little bit later to see what edition this is, but just sucks. And they also stamped the name of the store on the actual record. Whoops, I can take this out of here. Yeah, if you can see the stamp on there. And also something stamped on that side as well. But oh, very cool. I'm very happy to have this. Yeah, very happy. Is it worth it for me to buy this again just to get the paper Love Gun? I don't know. Who knows? I mean, it might be a year or 2 years before it comes up, and probably at that point I would buy it. But and the record looks in excellent condition. I'm not one of these vinyl people that, you know, would grade it or anything, but it looks very good. Something else I forgot about this. This, you know, the songs here, I always thought that this looked like a guy wearing a hat. Doesn't it? If you see that, that's like a hat, like a bowler kind of hat. And here's the face, and this is maybe like a bow tie or something in his neck. Am I seeing things? Anyway, that's what I thought. But this really bugs me, the stamp. All right, so I can go through this now. Now, of course, this doesn't have the proper running order, but I know it. I'm pretty sure it's I Stole Your Love first, Christine 16, Got Love for Sale. What comes after Got Love for Sale? Shock Me. Tomorrow and Tonight, side 2 is Love Gun, Hooligan, Almost Human, Plaster Caster, and Then She Kissed Me, I'm pretty sure. Or it's just Then She Kissed Me, not And Then She Kissed Me. So I will look at this just so I don't forget. All right, so the first song is, are we ready? I Stole Your Love. This is, hey, my cat is stepping on that order form. Let me put this over here. I Stole Your Love is, I don't have an official top 10 or top 5 Kiss song rankings, but if I did, I'm pretty sure that I Stole Your Love would be in the top 10. There are a couple of others on this album that are definitely way up high. That's why it is, I think, my favorite Kiss album. I Stole Your Love is classic Kiss. It's energetic. Paul Stanley's, really, really got a great vocal in this. And he also plays the solo and kind of, counts himself into a guitar. I'm not going to sing the guitar solo. And I think he just does the first part of the solo and then it's Ace. I Stole Your Love is that's Kiss at their peak, I think. And then the next is Christine 16. Now, Christine 16 is, I've said this for years, my one single favorite Kiss song out of all of them is Christine 16. I can't really articulate why. Ever since I was a kid, I loved it. I remember I had the single of it probably before I had the record. Can't imagine I would have had the record and then bought the single. Maybe that had something to do with it. But I don't know, looking back on it now, that the piano, I love the Paul backing vocals, Christine 16. It's kind of got I guess the piano gives it kind of a little bit of a boogie sound or something. It's not a real typical Kiss song like I Stole Your Love, but it's just great. And I never saw them play it live, and all the times I saw Kiss live, they never did Christine 16. There are a lot of songs I never heard live because they never played them live. But Christine 16 was one that was it's been in the set list, I guess since the reunion tour. It's been in the set list on and off several times, and even when I saw them on the Sonic Boom tour, they did it at some point, maybe on one leg of that tour, but I never did see Christine 16 live. And just that great melodic solo, and I know a lot of people now, in hindsight, denounce this song for being, about similar to, I don't know, Ted Nugent, Jailbait, that this is about, sex with minors or having a crush on minors or, whatever. I don't care about that. If you do, maybe you've got some deep psychological problems, because it's just a song. It's a song from 1977, and it's not overtly sexual. How does it go? My God, how does it go? Help me, help me. How is Gene beginning the spoken word part? Well, oh my God. Can you believe I'm drawing a blank on this? Oh no, Christy. Oh my God. Cut! When I saw you coming out of school that day, I knew I've got to have you. I can remember the second part. Give me the first word. And I know if I watch this video, I'm going to be screaming at my own television thinking, you idiot, why can't you think of it? Got to have a kid. I don't know, but I love that spoken word. God, I tell you something. I know. This is the biggest flub in the history of YouTube. Terrible. Disgraceful that I can't think of that. Anyway, you know what it is. I know what it is. I just can't think of it right now. What comes after? Next is Got Love for Sale. I love that song, man. It's not a top 10, but this is one you never hear anybody saying. This is truly, I guess people like to say this. This is an underrated song. That's a real deep cut. I'm sure they've never played it live. Got Love for Sale. I don't know why. I think it's a great song. There are some Kiss songs that I like, but I can understand why they didn't play them live. This one seems like it would have been a great live song. It's got good energy. It's got the classic, and I do like a little bit of acoustic guitar in there, similar to Come On and Love Me. It's there. It gives it a little bit of an extra texture, an extra layer to it. And this has got the classic Gene lyrics about being the center of attention, women want him, similar to Charisma. See you in your dreams, love him, leave him. Your condition's red, you can't get to bed. Your eyes are full of tears, and there's the acoustic guitar. You got headache, heartache, a pain you can't take. I am all you have to fear. Your observations correct. I'm someone you can't neglect. Whoa, no. You bought a magazine, and between the lines, you see my face, you read my name. And you can have me for one price, baby. You must have heard of my fame. You've got to have me, can't live without me. Anyway, yeah, Got Love for Sale is great. And I think the Van Halen brothers had something to do with both of those songs, Christine 16 and Love for Sale. Is that Love for Sale or Got Love for Sale? I should know that. I think it's Got Love for Sale. Yeah, it is Got Love for Sale. That's a great song. I love that song. Nobody talks about it. Next is Shock Me. This one's a little bit of a trap. I think especially when I was a kid, it was obviously Ace's first vocal that he had. So it's you kind of feel like you should consider it, such a great song. It's his signature song. And I do like it. There's no doubt that I do love Shock Me. I don't think I like it as much now as I did when I was a kid, because oh cool, Ace Frehley is singing. And I love the drum fill. I've talked about this recently. I love a good drum fill to begin a song. Over the Mountain by Ozzy on Diary of a Madman. First song on Peace of Mind. Where Eagles Dare, that drum fill. Cadaver, All Our Thoughts. I love a good drum fill to introduce a song. And Shock Me has that great solo, obviously, in Shock Me. It's not even close to being my favorite on this record, but I do love Shock Me, and I always will love Shock Me. And next is Tomorrow and Tonight. Now, in this internet era, especially the YouTube era, Kiss, for sure, more than anybody, I've become much more aware of what Kiss fans think about certain songs. And I think a lot of people don't like Tomorrow and Tonight. I'm not sure why. I mean, I love it. I've always loved it. I think it's always been a favorite, or at least on this album. It's got it's an anthemic type song, rock and roll all night, shout out loud, kind of party Tomorrow and Tonight. We can rock all day, we can roll all night. But I've heard a lot of people say they don't really like it. I do. I think it's a great song. Love it. Now the next side, obviously the first song is Love Gun, the title track. Now this, I think when I was a kid, there were many on this album that were my favorite songs. I have got tired of the song Love Gun over the years. And I don't listen to it too much. I don't make a point to listen to it, except when I listen to the full album. And when I listened to it today, I thought, man, yeah, I kind of forgot how much I love Love Gun. Paul's vocal is really, really strong. He's got a little bit of a grit to it. I love it. I love the solo. Now, for a few years now, I've had this kind of fantasy about, the solo goes back, when the solo is kind of, it's not really ending, but then it comes, Love Gun, and they're singing that over the solo. And for a few years now, I thought, I want to hear that without that Love Gun, and I want to just hear and focus on the solo, because the solo continues all the way pretty much to the end of the song. But it's a great one, Love Gun. I doubt that Kiss has ever played a concert without playing this song. Obviously, since the album was released, that's a classic. That's a like Paul Stanley. I guess that and Detroit Rock City. To me, those songs are like twins. I know they're different albums, but just they're classic Paul Stanley songs that were never out of the set list. Both of them I did kind of get tired of, but never disliked them, and still get a charge when I do hear them now. What comes after Love Gun is Hooligan. Now I know this is another. I know a lot of people, Kiss fans, hate Hooligan. I love it. I would even say, it might be even my favorite Peter Criss song that he wrote. I would say for sure that he sings lead on. What else is there? Hard Luck Woman is great too. Black Diamond. I almost don't consider that a Peter Criss song because Paul Stanley sings the intro. He kind of sings Nothing to Lose, but I love Hooligan. I think it's an excellent song. I got a 35 Chevy on a 55 frame. I think when I was a kid, I had no idea what that meant. I think I knew what a Chevy was, but I don't know what 35 and 55 meant. Can't even spell my name. Dropped out of school when I was 22. What can I do to satisfy you? My mother said that I was a hooligan, running around like a fool again. I think that's an excellent song. I like the riff, the opening riff. I love Hooligan. Maybe I'm one of the few, but I think it's excellent. What comes after Hooligan? Oh, Almost Human. This is another kind of a one that I'm sure they never played. Man, Almost Human is great. It's my ex-wife, Lily. I think it's one of her, not I think, it is for sure in her top 5 Kiss songs. That's another one that I'm not sure why they would play this live. I think it would have been a great live song. It's got, Gene's got a great growl in that one. I'm Almost Human. Can't Help Feeling Strange. The Moon Is Out. I Think I'm Gonna Change. I'm Very Hungry, and You're What I'm Thinking Of. I've Got to Have You, Baby. So Hungry for Your Love. I would even say that's kind of like, has potential to be, like a God of Thunder, Revenge, War Machine, kind of a Gene signature song. But as far as I know, they never played Almost Human live. I love it. And then I think I could say the same thing about the next song, which is Plaster Caster. They only played that live for the first time ever, as far as I know, not including the convention tour, when they did it on the MTV Unplugged. And I always loved Plaster Caster. But when they did it Unplugged, I loved it even more. Again, it's classic Gene lyrics, I guess. Obviously about groupies. It's a great song. Love it. And then the last song is Then She Kissed Me. This is another one that I know most Kiss fans hate. I think when I was a kid, this was possibly even my favorite. I think my favorites at the time when I was a kid were Christine 16, Love Gun, and maybe Then She Kissed Me. I think Then She Kissed Me is great. I love it. When I listened to it today, I really enjoyed it. I think Kiss does great covers. They did Any Way You Want It. I know a lot of people also hate Kissin' Time, and I love Kissin' Time. Do you remember Rock and Roll Radio, which was obviously much later, is fantastic. What other covers did Kiss do? I don't know, but Then She Kissed Me is I would say I like it better than Shock Me. I don't know. I don't know where I would rank it on this album, but it is excellent. So there it is. Let me get this all ready so I can hold it up in a few seconds when I finish talking. So there is, and maybe this one I think Love Gun and Rock and Roll Over are maybe my 2 favorite Kiss records. I mean, seeing this when you're 7 years old, and they're muscular and they're kind of fantasy figures. They've got the women down below here worshiping at their feet. The big pillars, if that's supposed to be the moon behind them or whatever. It's a great album cover. And then they're gone. But there it is. In case you're wondering, this is my favorite Kiss album out of all of them, and it is called Love Gun.